Okay, guys, so I'm here with a word from a dream that I had. This is a warning word. So for who this message is for, take this back to the Lord. As always, guys, test the spirit. So I'm going to get right into it. First, I just want to honor God, give him the glory, and just thank him for what he is doing for me, through me, what he is doing for those that I'm connected with, what he's doing for all of you guys, the seen and the unseen things, the blessings, the protection. Father God, I just honor you. I give you all the glory. I give you all the praise. There is none like you. And I just want to acknowledge you. And I pray that you increase me with your Holy Spirit as I decrease my flesh, Father God, so that this word is none of me but all of you. In Jesus' mighty name I pray, amen. Okay, guys, like I said, it's always test the spirits, take this back to the Lord, and ask him for confirmation and further revelation for you. Okay, so guys, I had a dream, and usually I've only been sleeping for like a couple of hours at a time. I had this dream, woke up, did not like this dream because I felt like the heaviness and the urgency behind it. So in this dream, I'm gonna read my notes to you guys, and then I'm going to tell you guys the revelation with it. So excuse me for not being prepared. I'm sorry. Okay, so in this dream that I had, I was there was like a clown dog. It was like clowns. These people that I seen, they weren't human. They looked human, but they weren't human. Like, I just knew that they weren't human, that it was something more than what it was. So I was like at this stadium. And there was like two ways that I could get to like the main part. You know, like at a stadium, you kind of like have a stage. It's either like in the middle or like this stadium is like the stage and everything. It was empty, but I wasn't there. It's almost kind of like I felt like maybe I was in a parking garage and I was trying to get to the main center, and there was two ways that I could go. One way, like I was trying to get down there, and one way looked like it was going to take me a little bit longer. Like it was just going to take me a little bit longer. And then this other way I seen, it didn't make sense, but to me, it presented itself as something that would have got me to where I thought I was going faster than the first option. And it was like a guy. You guys know when like somebody's like blowing something up and they're like pushing down on like that air pump. Now it kind of looked like that. But that's how he was moving the elevator up and down. Now this elevator, and as I'm going back to the dream and I'm remembering everything, this elevator, it didn't look safe, but it was just going to get me to where I was trying to go faster than the other way. And so although it didn't look safe, it was faster. Curiosity caught my eye. So I get on this elevator, but to get on this elevator, I had to get in a box, which didn't make sense. Why I got in this box, I'm not sure, but I got in this box, and there was like a broom and a dustpan, I believe, that they said had to get on the elevator with me. Why? I'm not sure. So I get on this elevator, and then once I noticed that, you know, obviously it stopped, or I wasn't, I had made it to where I thought I was supposed to be. To get off the elevator, I'm like trying to lift up. Now this wooden box, it didn't look like a coffin, but it just looked like a box, like a flat wooden box. And when I stopped, I'm like trying to like lift the top part off of me, and somebody comes and he removes it and he like helps me out. But when I looked at him, it's like his face was really dark. Like it was either dark black or it was dark blue. And he kind of reminded me of a clown, but he really wasn't. I don't know. It was weird. I could just tell that he wasn't human. I can't really describe it. I could just, you know, in your dream, especially if you're a dreamer, when something is off. You know when something is off. So that's how it was. And he was like, I got out and he was like, you know, stay here. They're coming for you. They're on their way. He said something along those lines. And I was like, what? Like, I'm not staying here. And at this point, we were in a house. So we left out the room that the elevator basically, I guess, like let me out too, because I wasn't in the elevator anymore. I was in like this room. I walk out of the room. It's a huge house. I could tell that the house that I'm in is huge. It's big, right? And the guy, he kind of like walks in the opposite direction. I don't even think he meant to do that, because he's like, wait, stay, because they're on their way to get you. They're coming to get you. I don't know who these people were that were coming to get me, but as soon as I stepped outside, a car, you could tell like this car had just pulled up, like they were coming to get me. I just felt in my spirit to run. I take off running down the street. I'm running down this long street, and like, no, first I'm like walking and like they're coming behind me and like they're following me. Then I take off. There was like a dog with maybe like a human face. It was like, they looked like creatures or people that belonged in a circus or something. Like, no offense to anybody who's in the circus, but that's how they look. Like, they weren't regular. Those were demons. I don't even care. Like, they were demons. That's how I felt in the dream. So I'm running and I'm running so fast. I'm not getting tired. One thing that stood out to me, I don't know if you guys ever notice and pay attention. You know, in your dream, when like you're running or when you're fighting, everything feels like you're moving in slow motion. This was not that. I was running very fast, almost like if I wanted to fly, I could fly. Like, I was running so fast, and it's like I kept picking up speed. And I was just going faster and faster, and I just knew, like, I have to get to the end of the street. I end up seeing a house on the end of the street, and it had like a fence, and I was thinking, okay, I got to get over that fence to get away from them. But I wasn't tired running. I was running really fast, but I wake up before I get over the fence. Like, I wake up, so I don't know if I made it over the fence or not. I just know when I wake up, they had not caught me. But I understand why the dream ended like that. So I wake up and I'm like, wind beneath my wings, wind beneath my wings. Why did I hear that? So I typed that in. I see that it was a song that I believe someone by the name of Betty had sung. And so I listened to that song, and then I'm like, wind beneath my wings. Let me type that into my Bible app. And I come across scripture, Psalms 18:10, where it says, he mounted the cherubim and flew. He soared on the wings of the wind. And then Isaiah 40:31, which really stood out to me because it just fit what was taking place in the dream. Hope in the Lord, he will renew their strength. They will soar on the wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. You guys, mind you, I said I was running so fast I wasn't tired. And this is the revelation that I got from the dream. So in this dream, like I said, I was at this stadium, this big stadium. When I think of stadium, I think of something that's getting ready to happen, a big performance or a big show, right? So even though I was at the destination, it felt like I was in a parking garage, and I was just trying to get into position. I was trying to get to where I was supposed to be. So I'm at the location, but I'm not in position quite yet. I'm there, but I'm not in my right position, right? So that's what Dad was speaking. Like, you're in a destination, but I haven't placed you in position yet. Wait on me. And the thing is, Dad is still finishing things. He's still tidying up like the last little niches. Okay, he's getting the last pieces aligned in order. So here I am, and I'm looking, and I see one way. There was two ways that I could go to get into position. One way seemed a little bit longer, right? And it seemed like it was more outside. It seemed a little bit longer. As soon as now, one thing that I didn't mention, when I was outside at the stadium, it was light. It was light outside. But when I started running from these creatures, you guys, it was dark. It was dark. When I got off of that elevator and was in that house, I could just tell that it was nighttime. It was no longer light. The light represented God's presence, you know? So had I went the first route, the route that would have been a little bit longer, I would have still been in God's presence, you know? I still would have had his presence. I still would have been walking in his light. He was directing my path, right? It would have been a little bit longer, but I was still going to get there. And so that's one of the things. So when I got on the elevator, I was in this box. I was like hunched over, like I was on my knees, but like my face was like kind of in my knees. That's how small the box was. So when I was getting on this elevator, because it looked to be faster, even though it wasn't safe, I don't know what possessed me to get in this box. But when I got in that box, that was me compromising. That was me compromising. You know, now I'm bent over. I'm not even comfortable anymore. So I got in the box because, like I said, I didn't want to wait. And curiosity caught my attention. So even though it wasn't safe getting in this elevator, it was faster. God is saying, be still. Be still. Keep your hope in him. He's going to renew your strength. You don't have to try to rush to get anywhere faster. It's coming. You're already at the destination. You're just not in position yet. So I go, thank you, Holy Spirit. I go, I'm in the box. I'm getting out this box. And the thing is, the enemy is going to try to trick you because you're so close. He knows that you're at the destination. You're right there. He wants to delay you. He does not want, he wants to take you out of that place of alignment so that you don't go into your rightful position. And so in this dream, it was dark. It was dark. Why? Because I was not in the presence of the Lord anymore. And then when a guy said, wait right here, they're coming to get you. I don't even think he was expecting on me to take off. And the car was already waiting. It's like they knew that they had got me. It's like they were waiting for me. It's like everything was like set up. Like, we got her. We got her. We got her. They pulled up so fast because I had just got there. It wasn't long. It wasn't like I was lingering around, sorry guys, from the time that I got out the box to the time that I walked outside. It was a very fast process. So which lets me know this was already planned. They were already planning this to get me. So, and as I'm walking, I'm just like, no, I'm not staying. I'm not staying because I knew I wasn't supposed to be there. Anyway, now, from the point of me running, the thing is, by trying to move ahead of God, you're going to delay yourself. And the thing is, it opens you up to the plot, the schemes, the attack of the enemy. And the thing was, I was running so fast, although dad, and you guys know when I say dad, I'm talking about God, although he still had me protected, I wasn't in his presence anymore. So now I didn't open myself up to the consequences of my sin. My sin was what? Being rebellious by not being obedient. Okay, so I was disobedient because I didn't go the way that I knew that I was supposed to go. So that's me being disobedient. I wasn't obedient. If I was obedient, I would have still been on the straight and narrow. I would have went the way that God wanted me to go. Then I was being rebellious because I wasn't waiting on the Lord. I wanted to do things my way. So I got in this box, which led me to be compromised. Got out this box, was out of God's presence, and was trying to do my own thing, thinking I was gonna, get in my position myself on my own faster. And the thing is, God don't need nobody help, okay? He don't need my help. He don't need your help. He don't need our help to do what he's doing. He's God. He's been doing this way before we were even thought of, okay? So I go and I'm running. He was the wind beneath my wings. He was the one giving me strength to run and to get away. He was. Now, what he was showing me, the reason why I woke up before I seen the ending of the dream is because it still falls on me, or it still falls on the person that this word is for. It still falls on this person. What are you going to choose? Are you going to choose to go the way that you know you're supposed to go? The way that God is telling you to go, showing you to go, guiding you and going? Or are you trying to go and do things the faster way, even though it's not safe? The fastest way is not the safest way. So that's why the dream ended and I woke up, because it's up to you to make that decision. It's up to you to make that call, but this is a warning. Make sure you guys make the right one. Just because something looks faster does not mean that it's safer. God does things for a reason. Everything with him is strategic. So don't be disobedient and put yourself in a place to where now you have to deal with the consequences of that sin. Don't put yourself in a place to now where you got to deal with the consequences of not being obedient. So be still. Okay, Isaiah 40:31. Hope in the Lord. He will renew those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Okay. There's still a battle going on. There's still a spiritual battle going on to keep you from coming into manifestation of this promise of these blessings that God has given you. So don't think because even the other day that I didn't have a dream, but I seen a word and it was battle, like right before I woke up. And it was just that let me know there's still a battle going on. There's still a battle going on. So there's still things that he's protecting you from. So you're in the destination. You're just not in position. It's all coming. But let God do his last finishing touches. Don't be in a rush. Don't try to go this way because it seems faster. You're there. You're coming into position, but don't rush it. Let God do things his way. His way is the right way. Don't try to do things because to your flesh it makes sense. Because even if we're in our flesh, we still don't know. We don't know or understand God's ways or his thoughts because they're way above ours. So don't allow the enemy to trip you up or to get you trapped, because that's what he's trying to do, or that's what he's about to try to do. So you guys be on guard. Make sure you guys are praying the full armor of God over you daily, morning and night. Make sure you asking God to reveal the hidden areas of the enemy, so that you always know what he's up to. So you guys, I pray that who this word is for, that they take heed to this warning. Be on guard. Put on your full armor of God. And make sure you're just trusting in the Lord, even if you're tired. And I understand a lot of people are tired. This has been a long journey. Okay, love is long suffering. It's long suffering. So I understand that this has been long, but you're at the destination. Wait for God to put you in position. Okay, it's getting ready to happen, but don't rush it. It's not for you to rush, because you're going to put yourself right in the hands of the enemy. Okay, so don't do that. You wait on God, put your hope in God. Okay, he's going to renew your strength. So, and even though I still felt like I could get away, I wasn't in God's presence. He still had me protected. He was giving me that strength to get away, but I was not in his presence. And we don't want to ever come from underneath his wings and be open access to the enemy. Okay, so whoever this word is for, you guys, I pray that you take it back to the Lord. I pray that he ministers to your spirit how he sees fit. And I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, love you. Be blessed.